Thank you, and welcome back to the final segment of this section of the show for the morning. And we're talking about the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and this, of course, is part one of that report. And we have with us the ambassador from the state of Nigeria, who has given us some excellent information in reference to the country itself. And now what we'd like to do is to talk about his mission to the United States. And of course, Dr. Adefuye, let's see if we can have you to talk about your mission.
Well, my mission to the United States is not different from that typical of ambassadors. An ambassador to a country is supposed to represent the interests of his own country in his country of accreditation. In my case, United States of America. And I'm expected to promote good relations between my country and the United States, be it in areas of commerce, in areas of culture, in areas of diplomacy, and also to, because we are a developing country and the U.S. is the most powerful nation in the world, most endowed, to see the way in which I can relate to the United States government in a way to help achieve our developmental aspirations. To start with, there are quite a number of I always say there's a commonality and a conviviality of interest between Nigeria and the United States. First, the United States is the country where you have the largest concentration of Nigerians outside Nigeria. And Nigeria as a country is of strategic interest to the United States. First, with a population of 150 million, 1 out of every 5 Africans is in Nigeria. 1 out of every 9 black persons in the world is in Nigeria. And Nigeria is the 4th largest supplier of crude oil to the United States. There are in the United States, there are over 1 million of Americanized Nigerians. That is, people who are born in Nigeria and have taken over the American, they've lived here enough, acquired American passport, and are contributing very positively to the economic development of the United States. So there is that community of interest. And I do know that in the United States officials recognize the strategic importance of Nigeria, because with that kind of population, that kind of strategic importance, and the U.S. being the leading nation in the world, the only superpower, America has taken it upon himself the task of ensuring there's peace and security in the world. If there has to be peace and security in the world, there has to be peace and security. There has to be peace and security in Africa. And if there has to be peace and security in Africa, that peace and security must start from Nigeria. That what the United States government has recognized, and do we also recognize, and that explains the very good nature of relations that do exist between Nigeria and the United States. That was started since when I came, and before I came there were some problems, but now the United States government, with the advent of President Goodluck Jonathan, they know that Nigeria now has purposeful leadership, a leadership that is responsive and responsible, a leadership that is willing and able, a leadership that's prepared to tackle the fundamental problems of the country and create a Nigeria which will be of immense usefulness to the United States. So we enjoyed very good relations, and my job has been to cement that relationship that do exist between Nigeria and the United States. Also, even in our strategic and foreign policy objectives, there's a mutuality of interest. Nigeria and the U.S., we want a world that is free of nuclear proliferation, a world that is free of terrorism, and a world in which the principles of democracy, human rights, rule of law dominate, and a world in which features more of consultation, cooperation, as distinct from confrontation. And that's why our purpose, and we work towards that. Nigeria, for instance, with the active support of the U.S., we are one of the largest contributors of peacekeeping forces to the United Nations. We have been very much in agreement with the U.S. on major policy issues in recent times. We were with them on the issue of Iran nuclear non-proliferation agreement. We were with them on the issue of Libya, the issue of no-fly zone. So we cooperate at the UN to achieve similar global objectives of a world that is peaceful, secure, and ordered. And so part of my objective is to promote that and to promote economic development between the United States and Nigeria. First, and there have been very concrete ways in which we have made this possible. First, we have signed what is called a binational commercial agreement with the United States of America. A binational commercial agreement is the highest level of strategic cooperation that can exist between two countries. The Obama administration has signed that agreement only with the government of Nigeria. And there are 4 major components of that. First one is, we call it governance, transparency, and integrity, called GTI. That has to do with good governance, political correctness, and all that, democracy. And within that framework, the United States government assisted Nigeria tremendously when we conducted the last election, which was internationally accepted as very free and credible. The second one is on Niger Delta regional security. We had this problem in Niger Delta where a number of people took up arms because there was a lot of environmental pollution in the oil producing areas. And we then designed an amnesty policy to encourage those who have been fighting to surrender their arms. The amnesty policy involves retraining of these foreign militants so that can be reintegrated into society. And many of the Niger Delta governments have signed MOUs with the American public and private sectors, retraining them in America. They're all over the place. Then the regional security aspect involves our cooperation to ensure there's peace in the Gulf of Guinea coast. And in addition, in furtherance of that, the American government transferred to Nigeria a big naval warship, USD Chase, which we renamed USS Thunder. Thunder, of course, is the English equivalent of Aradu, which is the word given to the Nigeria flagship in the area. I had the privilege of receiving that ship from the U.S. Coast Guard in San Francisco, and the ship has now set sail for Nigeria. And that ship is supposed to assist us in policing the Gulf of Guinea coast. Most of the oil that was sent to the U.S. is from offshore, and with that kind of naval ship, we'll be able to check the activity of smugglers and bunkers and all that in that area. The third component of the Nigerian U.S. Binational Commission is on, we call it energy and investment. Energy in the sense of oil and gas. Like I told you, we are the 4th largest supplier of crude oil to Nigeria. Many American companies are in Nigeria dealing with oil. And they want to increase the quality and quantity of our power generating supply. So many American companies are there helping us to increase the quantity and quality of our power supply. And the fourth one is on agriculture and food security. Agriculture, it involves increasing the quantity of our food production and also mechanizing and commercializing agriculture. On those 4 areas, we have been meeting. And that takes me to Nigeria back and forth. And then it involves